Pleasant morning to everyone. This is Satyendra, your English language teacher. Today we are going to study about chapter 5 of supplementary reader, Footprints Without Feet. Now you will be thinking, what about third and fourth? So very soon we are going to give you the update of syllabus which has been released by CBSE about the new syllabus. In that syllabus, 3 chapters from this book has been removed, and in these 3 chapters that remaining 3rd, 4th and 10th, 3 chapters have been removed from here. So that's why first, second we have covered, and I have come up to 5th one. So in 5th one, Footprints Without Feet, we are going to study today. Firstly, about the author, H.G. Wells. In book it is written H.G. Wells. So full form of the name is Herbert George Wells. He was an English novelist, journalist, sociologist and historian, best known for his science fiction. He was born on 21st September 1866 in Bromley, Kent, England, and died on 13th August 1946 in Regent's Park, London, England. His genre of writing was science fiction, and his notable famous works are The Time Machine, The War of Worlds, The Invisible Man, The Island of Dr. Moreau, and many more he has written as a story, as a novel and drama, etc. In this story there are 4 characters, but 2 are main characters. There are 4 characters. First one, the main character, or you can say protagonist of the story. Protagonist means hero of the story or the main character of the story. So protagonist of this story is Griffin, Mr. Griffin. Mr. Griffin is a brilliant scientist. He is very hard-working scientist. He wants to discover such a drug or medicine or something that make human body invisible. You remember Mr. India? There was a gadget. With the gadget, the person was becoming invisible. But here, he discovers one drug. By eating that drug or swallowing that drug, one human body can be transparent, invisible. We'll come to know about this story thoroughly. Second main character is Mrs. Hall. Mrs. Hall is owner of inn. Inn, it means a small hotel. She is living in a village and she has one small hotel where she gives room as a rent, and her husband Mr. Hall. And the fourth character is a police constable. A constable who goes to Mrs. Hall's house to arrest Griffin. Now, why Griffin is to be arrested, why Mrs. Hall wants him to be arrested, all that things will come to know in this story. So let's go ahead with the help of summary the story. Remember, thoroughly I'll go through the complete lesson by reading one, but in this video we are going to only see the summary with the help of some points which I have made. See, that story starts with 2 boys. They saw some fresh footprints of a person on the road in the street, and they follow that person and they try to find out that how it is possible that muddy footprints are visible on the floor without a man. So they were surprised, and they tried to follow till they could not find the footprints. So continuous they kept following. Actually these footprints were of Mr. Griffin. So in this is interesting story, already I have told you that Mr. Griffin was an extraordinary person, and he wanted to discover something special, and after experiment he proved that human body could become invisible. His dream came true. He got that discovery and he tried on himself. He swallowed it and his body became transparent, like a sheet of glass. It means it is visible one side to another side, but it is hard, solid. So his body became invisible, but it was solid. It was not air, it was not liquid, it was not anything. His body was there, but it was not visible, invisible. He was a lawless person. I told you also that he was a lawless person. Lawless, it means he did not follow the rules and regulation of the country. His landlord who where he was living as a rent, he was not happy with him and he wanted to throw out him from his house. So Griffin was very angry and he wanted to take revenge from him. And when his body became invisible, so he took the revenge. How he took the revenge? He entered in the house and put that house into fire. His body was invisible and he put the house, his landlord house, into fire and he ran away from there. But when he ran away, actually there was a condition. His body could be invisible when there is no cloth on his body. If there is a cloth, so cloth will be visible. So that's why he had to take off his all the clothes and run away from that house, so that no one could understand that who set the fire in his house. And he ran away after putting off all his clothes. Now, bare clothes, he was roaming in the street of London. When he was roaming, he had to go from different places by escaping himself from the people, and he kept roaming. All of a sudden, somewhere his foot fell into, or he fell into the muddy area, and because of that, mud stuck to his feet. When he was walking, the fresh footprints were visible on the floor, and two boys who were playing somewhere in the street, they observed this one, that how that footprints are visible on the floor. So they were curious, in a fascination, they tried to follow him, and they kept following unless the footprints disappeared slowly by becoming fainter and fainter. It disappeared. Griffin, who was scared that what to do now, luckily he escaped easily from the boys, because that footprint was disappeared because of mud, because of dust and all that one. He was suffering a lot. You know why? Because it was the month of January and it was the mid of the winter. It means the winter was on its limit. So it was chilly cold, bitterly cold, and he had no clothes on his body. So he was shivering. He wanted to get something that he could keep his body warm, but he was not getting any solution. He was wandering here and there in the cold day of January in London streets. So he was quite curious or quite worried what to do. One idea came in his mind. What was the idea? Idea was that if he could go into any store, any showroom, there he could find himself safe and he could keep himself warm also. And that idea clicked in his mind. He saw that there was a store, big store, it was going to be closed. So what he did, he entered in that store. As the store was closed by the assistants, he was able to give himself pleasure of wearing different kinds of dresses. He opened the new box, he tried different kinds of clothes, and whatever suited on him, he wore. What he wore? He wore warm clothes, shoes he tried, he wore overcoat, a big hat, and he was completely dressed. Now he was visible. Only his neck was not visible, but he was completely visible. He had food. He went in kitchen and he saw that there was a cold meat and coffee, so he took that one. Then he had sweet also, and after that wine also he had, and in this way he enjoyed. Now he was feeling sleepy, so he found one a pile of quilt. He went on that and he slept. But he was so warm now that he could not wake up before the assistant came. If he could have done so, then he could escape and he could be comfortable for many days in that store or different stores. But what happened? He was sleeping and the store person's assistant, they opened the door and they saw that a person was roaming here and there. Actually, what happened, when he saw that they are opening the door, he woke up and he got nervous and confused what to do. So he started running here and there, and the persons who observe him well dressed, they naturally they will do what? They will follow him. They followed him, and when they followed him, he tried to run from there. He ran from there, but anyhow he managed to escape from there. Now he wanted some permanent solution. So what was the solution? Again another idea came in his mind. He was a scientist, so of course so many ideas will come in his mind. So another idea came in his mind. That was that if he could have get up of some he could have get up from the theater club. Theater club, that people have different kinds of get up, like they have different skin color, dress, they can change the form of different persons. So he wanted to change his getup, and that's why he decided to go. I'll tell you the name of that place. It is here you see that Drury Lane, the center of the theater world. That was the center of the theater world. It means all the things of theater things are available there. So he went there. He found suitable. So actually, when he was running from that showroom, so he was taking off all the things slowly so that he could become invisible. And at last, he threw in shoes, his dress, each and everything, and he became invisible. That's why the store person could not chase him longer. When he became invisible, so he wanted to search something, and he found suitable shop. He entered stealthily there quietly, saving himself from the people that he could not be in the contact, and he entered in such shop where all the things were available. And after some time he came out from that shop. How he came? You see that he wore a bandage on his forehead, completely bandage. Dark glasses he wore, false nose, and one false mustache. He took that one, and from backside he attacked on the shopkeeper. Shopkeeper fainted for some time, and then he robbed his shop. It means he took money from there and he ran away from there very comfortably. Now he wanted to go out from that crowded area. That city is crowded one, because he was facing problem. He thought that if he could go in village area, so he could go easily and manage himself. So he took the train and left that London city. He went to a village. That village was Iping village. The name of the village was Iping, where he booked 2 rooms at a local inn, and the owner of that inn was Mrs. Hall. So new character here entering, Mrs. Hall. The characters which were in showroom, their name has not been mentioned. The character, the boys, 2 boys, their name has been not mentioned. Only boys and only assistant has been mentioned. That's why I have not taken the name. But the second name which is coming here, that was Mrs. Hall. So Mrs. Hall was very surprised, because it was winter season. It was not visiting time. Generally, she did not used to have guests in that season. So she was quite happy also, but she was confused that why it is so, why this person has come here and looking quite different one. She asked also that why these things. So he said that I met an accident, and because of that an accident, my face has affected badly. That's why he wore a bandage on his forehead, false nose, one false mustache, and he covered himself up to neck by the costume which he took from the shop. Mrs. Hall was paid in advance. He paid in advance, so she did not mind about him. Though he was short tempered also. When she was asking anything, he was getting irritated and not able to, not answering. He said also that I don't want to be disturbed, so please don't disturb me for anything. Mrs. Hall, who got the money, quite good money, so she did not mind that. Okay, you do whatever you want to do, I will not disturb you, and everything was going well. The stolen money did not last for a long time. He told Mrs. Hall now he did not have cash money, so he is expecting one check any moment, and then he will pay you the next rent. One day in the morning, a clergyman's a priest in the church, clergyman and his wife heard some noise. They were sleeping upstairs and they heard noise from study room. It was coming actually. So they thought that in the morning, so early morning, who has come? Stealthily they came down from the stairs and they peeped in that door. They opened the door of the study room and they found no one. They checked the curtain, they checked the behind the door, they checked here and there, nothing was there. But when they were climbing down from the stairs, they could hear the sound of coin. The sound of coin, a sound of things here and there moving, and that's why they were sure that someone was there. Mrs. Clergy, means the wife of clergyman, saw that the drawers was open. That's why they had a doubt. That day he escaped anyhow. Mr. Griffin escaped from that room anyhow. He managed to run away from there. What happened next? You see that the clergyman kept saying whole day this extraordinary affairs to everyone, that what happened in his home and what happened to him. His money has been stolen, and in this way he had a complaint also. The same morning, landlord and his wife, Mr. Hall and Mrs. Hall, saw the scientist room was open. The door was open, which used to be locked most of the time. So they thought that this is the right time to investigate that what he does inside. They peeped inside the door. They found no one was there. They tried to investigate. They checked the bed. The bed was cold. So they thought that Griffin has left this bed early. They checked here and there. No one was in the room. They found that the bandages cloths were lying here and there in the room. All of a sudden, Mrs. Hall heard sniffing of nose nearby her ear, and she was scared. A moment later, she saw that a hat which was on the bedpost was leaping out in the air and hit on her face, and in the same moment, chair was just flying in the air, and just chair came nearby her leg flying. So she was hurt little bit on the leg, and Mr. Hall and Mrs. Hall were thrown out from the gate by the chair. They were so much surprised, and she thought that now this room has been haunted room. There is a ghost, and the reason of this ghost is that strange person. He has done something, and that's why there is a spirit in that chair. In the chair, spirit has come, and that's why she was very much scared. Mrs. Hall and her husband ran away from there, and they were so scared that they could not understand what to do. When the news of robbery in clergyman's house became known, means everyone came to know, the scientist was strongly suspected. You know why he was suspected? Because the same day he gave rent to Mrs. Hall, saying that he has now cash money. Earlier he said that he did not have any cash money. So how he got the cash money? She understood that something is there at the bottom. It means in Hindi we say that dal mein kuch kala hai. And she concluded that this is the strange person has to do something with the robbery. And the constable was sent for the scientist. It means this news went to the station, police station, and from there constable was sent to arrest scientist. Who was the constable? Constable was Mr. Jaffer. The constable, before he could come to Mrs. Hall's house, she went to the scientist room, and she was curious to know that how it happened, where he was, how when the door was locked, how he entered in the room. When we went there was nothing, but chair became alive and the chair started hitting us. How it happened? The scientist got angry, and he said that I don't want to give any answer. You don't know who am I will show you right now. And then he started removing his all the things. Firstly he removes his upper part, and then he become headless. They were so much scared that they could not speak anything, they could not understand anything. Even the persons who were in the inn, they also gathered there, and they could not understand what is happening here and how this person has become headless. The horrified people in the bar, it means in that inn, found themselves staring at the headless man, the man who did not have any head. Mr. Jaffer, the constable, now he arrived, and quite surprised to find that he has to arrest, or he had to arrest a person who doesn't have any head. He wanted to do his duty because this was the magistrate's order to arrest such person, and he kept his duty first. So he said that whether person has the head or without head, I will do my duty, and that's why he jumped to catch that person. Constable found himself struggling with someone he could not see at all. As Griffin saw that things are going out of his hand, he started removing his all the clothes, and by slowly he was becoming invisible. Upper part already he has removed, now coat and his shoes and his clothes, that lower clothes were remaining, that also he removed, and he found that now completely he was invisible. But constable was trying to just fumble here and there that where is that person. At last he got him, but Griffin gave him a big blow and gave him a big punch. Because of that, the constable fell down and could not catch. Or everyone was only just trying or crying, shouting that hold him. But this was easier said than done. It means it was easy to say that catch him, but it was difficult because no one knew how to catch an invisible man, means where to catch. The person is visible, means he is here or not, how to catch that one who had already ran away from there. So here you saw that the person, scientist Mr. Griffin, he had ran away, he escaped himself from there, and they were surprised by this one. So the moral of that story comes that science is a good servant but a bad master. How it's a bad master? Because the science, when it is from the science, when we get something, so it is considered as boon because it gives so many kinds of things, and day to day life you can see every day new things are coming. It has actually changed the whole world. I don't need to tell that today also we are using the science, and because of science we are able to communicate with each other. But another part is also there. It's a bad master. It means it teaches, when it becomes a master, so it can destroy also. How? You can see, you might have heard about Osama bin Laden. He was also a scientist. He was a terrorist but scientist also. And most of the terrorists are scientists because they make different kinds of bombs, different kinds of missiles, different kinds of equipments for their selfish motive, for their criminal activities, for terrorizing the world. So in this way, if it is not used in a right way, it can be very much destructive. But one thing is there, when we have ability, God has given us something which is extraordinary, so we should use it for the welfare of mankind, which Mr. Griffin was not doing. His quality was extraordinary, but it was being wasted in a criminal activity or not in a right way. I hope you might have understood this lesson very well. Thank you for watching, and in the next class I am going to explain line by line. Why I am telling you line by line? Because syllabus, just now I have got the syllabus, new syllabus. In that new syllabus now textbook will come 50-50%. It means 50% from this book, 50% from First Flight. So we are not going to take it lightly at any cost. We are going to focus equally both the books, and that's why from the next class I am going to read line by line, explaining line by line, and you are going to understand each and everything. Thank you. Have a nice day.